Hello again, vinyl community. This is part 3 of my 45 collection. The first two videos I went through the two boxes up there, and tonight I'll be going through the final box right here. So let's get started. As I mentioned before, it's mostly 80s stuff with a little bit of 60s and 70s thrown in. So first of all, the Motels, Suddenly Last Summer. Mr. Broken Wings. Mungo Jerry in the Summertime. Neil Sedaka, Bad Blood. One of my favorite 70s songs, actually, one of my favorite 70s pop songs. It's pretty cool. I don't really like much else by Neil Sedaka, but I like that. Nina Cherry, Buffalo Stance. Nick Cayman, I Promise Myself. Sounds like an 80s song, and in fact Nick Cayman, his bigger hits tended to be in the 80s, but this is actually from 1990. This is a UK pressing, and it's a really good pop song. It pairs really well with The Promise by When in Rome, like if you play them sequentially. Yeah, if you don't know this song, you should check it out. It's got a really good beat to it. New Kids on the Block, Please Don't Go Girl. New Order, True Faith. One of my favorite 80s songs. It's the only New Order song that I have, at least on vinyl. But it's a great song. What can I say? Okay, Nick Gilder, Hot Child in the City. Norma Jean, Having a Party. This was in a lot from eBay. I didn't know too much about it. It's just an okay song. Oliver, Child of Peace. It was another eBay lot item. Olivia Newton-John, Have You Never Been Mellow? Olivia Newton-John, Come On Over. And Olivia Newton-John, Xanadu. The Outfield, Your Love. Now that's classic 80s right there. I don't think this was a particularly big hit in the UK, but it was a decent hit in the US, and it's often played on like 80s radio stations. Paper Lace, The Night Chicago Died. Pat Benatar, Looking for a Stranger. Pat Benatar, Sex as a Weapon. And Pat Benatar, Invincible. Patrice Rushen, Look Up. Patrick Swayze, She's Like the Wind. And the B-side to this is Stay by Morris Williams and the Zodiacs. So I'm thinking that this is actually from Dirty Dancing. Yeah, it is. It is from Dirty Dancing. So that explains why we have two completely different tracks on the A and B sides, because they're both presumably taken from the soundtrack. Patty Austin, It's Gonna Be Special. It's a pretty good song. Patti LaBelle, Oh People. Again, that was an eBay lot item. I'm not crazy about it. Might not keep it forever. It's just in there for now. Paul McCartney, No More Lonely Nights. Paul Simon, Late in the Evening. I'm a pretty big Paul Simon fan and Simon & Garfunkel fan. I have all of the Simon & Garfunkel albums, and I have quite a few of Paul Simon's albums as well. Pebbles, Girlfriend. It was a pretty big hit here. It was a hit in the UK in 1988. Pepsi and Shirley, Goodbye Stranger. Pepsi and Shirley had two big hits in the UK, Goodbye Stranger and Heartache. I have the 12-inch single of Heartache. I'm not sure if Heartache was a big hit here or not, but Goodbye Stranger was a hit in the US as well as the UK. The Pet Shop Boys, Opportunities, Let's Make Lots of Money. Pete Shelley, On Your Own. Pete Shelley was the lead singer of another fairly well-known band, and the name escapes me. I don't remember what it was off the top of my head. But I found this in a record store, didn't know much about it. Turned out that I should have paid $1 for it, or $2 or something. It ended up being 50 cents. So You can't go wrong for that, right? Peter Cetera with Amy Grant, Next Time I Fall. Peter Wolf, Come As You Are. Pretty good song. Phil Collins, Against All Odds. Phil Collins, Two Hearts. Phil Fearon, I Can Prove It. This was it produced by them? Let me check. Actually, it was mixed by Stock Aitken and Waterman, who I mentioned in my last video. Again, it's a UK pressing. Stock Aitken and Waterman were producers who produced a lot of pretty big acts in the UK in the 80s. Kylie Minogue and Rick Astley, Mel and Kim, a bunch of others. Pointer Sisters, Fire. Pointer Sisters, He's So Shy. Pointer Sisters, Dare Me. The Police, Roxanne. The Police, King of Pain. The Pretenders, Brass in Pocket. Prince, Delirious. And Prince and the Revolution, Kiss. Pseudo Echo, Funky Town. The Raiders, Indian Reservation. I have the album that this is on to. Randy Van Moore, Just What I Needed You Most. This is a fairly recent acquisition. I got it at a local record store. Actually, I'll give them a shout out. The record store is it's in Claremont, in California, and it's Rhino Records. Sorry, I had to think of it for a second. And they have quite a few singles there, and they had this. It was like $1, and I used to have it like on CD or the MP3 or something, like 10 or 15 years ago, and it's a very good song. And hang on one second, I lost my place in the records. 1 second. Okay, here we go. Raiders. Okay. Next one, Ooh Baby by Rayro. This was again another eBay lot item. As far as I know, it was not really much of a hit. Ready for the World, Oh Sheila. Classic 80s song. Not really a hit in the UK, but I think most Brits will know it once you hear it, like it's been sampled before. Rebby Jackson, Centipede. This song was written by Michael Jackson. Relation Incorporated, No No. I didn't know anything about this. Again, it was kind of I think it was an eBay item, or maybe I saw it in a record store and thought I'd give it a try, but as far as I remember, it's sort of a synth pop type of song. It's okay. Rita Coolidge, All Time High, and this is the theme song from Octopussy. I have several James Bond singles, or theme song singles. The Ritchie Family, The Best Disco in Town, classic disco song. Roachford, Cuddly Toy. Not my favorite song of his. I think Family Man is a better song, but Cuddly Toy was the bigger hit, at least internationally. Robert Palmer, Addicted to Love. I have several Rod Stewart singles. We have Do You Think I'm Sexy? Passion. Young Turks. And Forever Young. See, this is Roger, I Want to Be Your Man. The Romantics, What I Like About You. This also came from that Rhino record store. This is a pretty recent purchase. Roxette, The Look. Rufus and Chaka Khan, Ain't Nobody. Sade, Never As Good As the First Time. Sam Cooke, Bring It On Home to Me, backed with Having a Party. Actually, Having a Party might even be the A-side. Sam Harris, Sugar Don't Bite. Santana, Black Magic Woman. Scarlet and Black, You Don't Know. This again was part of an eBay lot. It's actually a really good song. I was pleasantly surprised. Seals and Croft, Get Closer. The Seekers, I'll Never Find Another You. And I think this is back with Georgie Girl. Let me just check. Yeah, Georgie Go. Both kind of classic 60s songs. Actually, Georgie Go might be from the very early 70s. Shalimar, the second time around, a really good disco song. Sheena Easton, Modern Girl. Sheena Easton, For Your Eyes Only, so that's another James Bond theme tune. Sheila E., Sister Fate. Simple Minds, Don't You Forget About Me. Doesn't get much more classic 80s than that, right? My favorite Simple Minds song, Sanctify Yourself. Simon and Garfunkel, Bridge Over Troubled Water. Sister Sledge, We Are Family. Sister Sledge, Frankie. This was a surprise #1 in the UK in 1983, I think it was. Sister Sledge hadn't had many big hits for several years by that point, and suddenly Frankie came out. And honestly, I don't even think it's that great of a song, but it went to #1. But, you know, we Brits have a little bit of a history of sending crappy records to #1, much crappier songs than Frankie. So, let's see, Sly and the Family Stone, thank you. Sly Fox, Let's Go All the Way. Smoke City in the World of Fantasy. Another eBay one, I don't know too much about that. Sonia, Listen to Your Heart. This is another UK pressing, Stock Aitken Waterman produced song. Sonia had several hits in the late 80s and early 90s in the UK. The SOS Band, Take Your Time, Do It Right. The Spinners, Working My Way Back to You. Unfortunately, this has a ton of surface noise on it, even though the vinyl doesn't look too bad. I've been meaning to replace it at some point. I just haven't gone around to it yet. Squeeze, Footprints. This I actually bought by mistake, to be honest with you, because the B-side is Black Coffee in Bed, and I just snatched it up. I didn't think too much about it, and turns out that, again, it's the B-side that's Black Coffee in Bed, and you can see it's actually the live version, which is too bad. But luckily, if we go over here, these are all recent buys that I haven't cleaned yet, so they don't have the sleeves or anything. One of my recent buys is the Squeeze Singles 45s and Under, and that does have the regular version of Black Coffee in Bed on it. Okay, moving on. Stacey Q, Two of Hearts. Stan Ridgway, Camouflage. Starship, We Built This City. Starship, Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now. It's one of my favorite 80s songs. One of the biggest hits of the year in the UK in 1987. It was at #1 for, I want to say, around 5 weeks. Starship, It's Not Over Till It's Over. Not the Lenny Kravitz song. Let's see, Steely Dan, Ricky Don't Lose That Number. I do have a few Steely Dan albums, including the album that this is on, which I think is Pretzel Logic, I think. I do like Steely Dan quite a bit. Stephanie Mills, You Can't Run From My Love. Stevie Nicks, If Anyone Falls. Stevie Nicks, Talk to Me. Higher Ground by Stevie Wonder. And Part-Time Lover by Stevie Wonder. The Stray Cats, Strut. Classic 80s. Stray Cats, I Won't Stand in Your Way. You Make Me Feel Brand New by the Stylistics. Styx, Babe. Survivor, Eye of the Tiger, theme from Rocky 3. Swing Out Sister, Breakout, and another really, really good 80s pop song. Sylvester, Dance, Disco Heat. Sylvia Bennett, You're My Fantasy. Again, another, this was part of another lot on eBay. I don't know too much about it. Taco, Putting on the Ritz. Again, a fairly recent purchase from that same Rhino Records store. I think it was like $1 or maybe $1.99. Tamara and the Scene, Everybody Dance. To be honest, I didn't know anything about this when I got it. It was not a hit in the UK, and again, I grew up in the UK primarily in the 80s, so that's my initial point of reference. But it turns out this was a moderate hit in the US. Taylor Dane, Tell It to My Heart. Three Dog Night, Black and White. Tiffany, I Think We're Alone Now. And Tiffany Could Have Been. Till Tuesday, What About Love? Time Bandits, Dancing on a String. Timex Social Club, Rumors. That's a really good song. I have kind of classic 80s again, from 86. Yeah, it's a good song. Tina Turner, Better Be Good to Me. Tina Turner, We Don't Need Another Hero, Thunderdome. That's the theme from, is that Mad Max 1 or Mad Max 2? Mad Max 1, I guess. I don't know. I haven't seen the Mad Max movies, which is probably a little sacrilegious for somebody who likes the 80s so much. But, Todd Rundgren, Hello, It's Me. Toto, Till the End. Barbados, by Typically Tropical. U2, Pride in the Name of Love. Ultravox, Dancing with Tears in My Eyes. Van Halen, Jump. Pretty Mess, Vanity. It's from what I read, a little bit of a controversial song, at least it was at the time. Pretty Mess refers to something that I won't go into, as from what I can tell by the lyrics. It's yeah, again, it was part of an eBay lot. Let's see, Vicky Sue Robinson, Turn the Beat Around. Village People, YMCA. This is the only Village People song I know, song that I own. I have to admit, I do quite like it. I like a bit of disco. Wham, Careless Whisper. Here, The Promise, When in Rome. I mentioned this earlier. It plays really well with Nick Cave, I Promise Myself, if you play those back to back. White Snake, Here I Go Again. Will to Power, Baby I Love Your Way, and the Three-Bird medley. This was a hit both here and in the UK in 1988. Wings, Goodnight Tonight. Yvonne Elliman, Love Me, another good disco song. This, I think, was a Vinyl Me Please free 7-inch single by Whitney. It's called Golden Days. Speaking of Whitney, we have Whitney Houston, Saving All My Love for You. Whitney Houston, Where Do Broken Hearts Go? Let's see, Yarborough and Peoples, Don't Waste Your Time. Yaz, The Only Way Is Up, one of my favorite 80s songs, a classic house song. UK pressing. I used to have this single when I was a kid too, so it's kind of nostalgic. I also have the album called Wanted that this is on. And just a couple more left. We have Get Together by the Youngbloods. And finally, ZZ Top, Sleeping Bag. Okay, well, that's all of the 7-inch singles I have. It's good timing because the record I had playing is just finished. That was The Mamas and the Papas for Farewell to the First Golden Era. So, on that note, I'm going to stop this record, stop this video, and for the next video, I will probably do my 12-inch singles collection. Alright guys, take it easy. Bye.